This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good evening live from Greg Darnell Stadium, home of the Midwest City Bombers and site of this district clash, where now the pecking order starts to separate the top from the bottom. And we'll talk about that here briefly. Glad to have you along. My name is Eric Sherm. Glenn Brockenbush alongside me. Jay had to step away for something he had to deal with last minute. So last minute call, and literally at 1 in the afternoon called Glenn Brockenbush, who I said, hey, you guys had a game last night with Elgin. Is there any capability and possibility for you to be able to load up with us? And so I'm glad that you're kind of filling in the blanks today, because this is going to be a great, great game and a great matchup.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. Glad I was at least near the top of your list of people to call. And this was a game that I think everyone in 5A, certainly on this side of the state, was super looking forward to anyways. And it's going to be a fun one. This has obviously been a game that both teams have been looking forward to all season, so let's get it going pretty soon.
And Macarthur came up with a loss last year. This was a fall break game last year for Macarthur. We played that on a Thursday, and so you flip-flop years and you say, well, why are we playing this on Friday? Well, incidentally, because Middell is not in fall break. They are in fall break next week, so they are the host team, so we are playing on Friday. Carl Albert's at home. You can catch that on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City in action on Friday. You can catch that on the network as well with all of our teams that are in action. We had 4 games last night, and all the rest play tonight on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It is our Western Oklahoma State College countdown to kickoff. Forget what you know about a community college and join a college community with small class sizes. Visit WOSC.edu for more information, or give them a call at 580-477-2000. So the cold front kind of came in, a little windy, but it's going to be decent. But it's going to be a little bit cooler when the sun goes down, and we can't wait to bring it for you here at Greg Darnell Stadium, home of the Midwest City Bombers. We'll take a timeout, come back with our keys to the game, and we'll do that right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power, online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Well, it's time for our coaches show and the review of 7 weeks already in the books. How would you evaluate this season up to this point?
Well, you know, we've done our job. I think we've played a lot of teams that we should beat, probably all of them. And you know, it's just it's one of those deals. I think we've taken care of business, but we've got a few games here coming up that are going to be really tough. So we're going to have to do a good job.
Yeah, we talked about that on the coaches show on Tuesday about if you say the pecking order is kind of being established in those top four, if we're one of those four and it's Elgin, Midwest City, and El Reno, guess what? We've got Midwest City, El Reno, and then Elgin to play. So it starts this week with Midwest City. So what did you see on them? I know that we had kind of a fall break, short week last year. We hosted. We didn't play our best game. We got a loss there. So what's going to make this year different?
Well, we've just made an emphasis on it. You know, I told the team Friday night after the Ardmore game that you know, last year's Midwest City game on fall break was our worst game of the year, and you know, we were flat, we had no energy, and it wasn't good. And I don't know the reason for that. You know, it could be fall break, and but whatever it is, you know, we wanted to be intentional about having great practices this week and coming out like we have every game so far this year with a lot of energy and have a good game. So that's what we've been focusing on this week.
And your keys to the game for a win for Friday night?
Well, we're going to have to, offensively, we're going to have to do what we did last week. You know, I felt really good about our offense last week as opposed to a lot of the other games that we played, and the fact that it seemed like we were making mistakes that kept us from continuing drives and putting points on the board. And you know, last week it's like we finally got it all together. You know, we didn't make those mistakes, those self-induced mistakes, and played a really good offensive game, and we're going to have to continue that. Defensively, you know, I'm really proud of our defense. We've played 6 really good games, and you know, we want that to continue. But we're going to have to tackle, we're going to have to play coverage, we're going to have to hold on to the ball offensively.
This time of year, I always talk about health-wise. We saw a lot of people kind of going down for a while, going off to the sidelines. So how are we health-wise heading into this week?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. You know, when you get to this point in the season, you know, football's a rough game, and you're going to have some bumps and bruises along the way, and you know, hopefully we can play through most of those, and I think we are. Xavier Hill has an elbow that he's not going to be able to play, but I think everybody else, you know, even though some of them are a little banged up, you know, should be able to play.
We're not necessarily a short break because a lot of teams are playing on Thursday because of fall break, but anything about fall break, you know, as far as that routine and then getting on a bus and going out of town, anything that you're concerned about?
Not really. It's just something that you have to do every year. And like I said earlier, we just, put a big emphasis on coming to practice every day and having really good, upbeat practices, and we have. So, hopefully that will continue Friday night.
And who has the rights of carrying out the hammer for this week?
Joe Warner does. First time we've had an offensive lineman. I apologize.
Second time.
That was last. Sorry, that was last week.
That's
I
right.
got them mixed
Okay.
up. Jake Caldwell does. He had 26 tackles last week. Had a really big game and didn't even play the fourth quarter. So he probably would have passed 30 tackles if he would have played. But 26 tackles is a lot of tackles in a high school football game.
Well, it's going to be a good one tonight on the road. Yeah, fall break, but we're playing on Friday here at Midwest City as our countdown to kickoff continues right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Becker-Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes, and then there is ours. Becker-Raybon Funeral Home, 1502 Fort Sill Boulevard.
Step into the best chapter of your life, one with rheumatology care from a provider who focuses on your well-being and getting you back to what matters most. Dr. Shahzad is dedicated to building long-lasting relationships based on trust and medical integrity with every single patient. Schedule your telemedicine appointment today. Don't let rheumatoid arthritis or other inflammatory conditions stop you from enjoying life. MMG, the power of many for the benefit of one.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Have hail damage on your vehicle? Look no further than Cars Hail Repair Specialists. They're locally owned and operated with certified PDR technicians and offer a lifetime warranty with zero out-of-pocket guarantee. They work directly with your insurance and they give a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Make sure you ask them about the $200 referral program. Cars Hail Repair Specialists. Give them a call today, 580-360-5050.
All right, back here at Midwest City, and it's Jim Darnell Stadium, home of the Midwest City Bombers and the site of this district clash. And we talked about this just a little bit earlier about the 8 that are in our district you want to be in the top 4, you want to get a win, and you want to get your 15-point maximum points that you can get in a game if possible. This is going to be a tougher sledding game for the Highlanders than for those who have been watching the Highlanders all season long. 7-0. And then Midwest City is 3-3, and you say, oh, okay, well, that's a pretty good matchup for the Highlanders to take this one. Well, hold on a second. Of their losses, it's Del City and Carl Albert, if that kind of wakens you up to, oh, okay, now I see some of their losses. That's Midwest City Bombers, who also lost those 2 games last year and ended up winning the district at Elgin with a last-second touchdown pass. So, it's all in the shape of how this season goes. So we'll give you your schedule of how we were, where we were, how we got here. It's by the Orchard Group 5 Morgan Stanley, the key to financial success, taking care of your family tree. For more information, please visit their team website or call 580-354-7475. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. So the top half for the Highlanders, undefeated. Of course, non-district, John Marshall, Eisenhower, and Lawton High, city champions. Then in the district form of things, the Duncan Demons, Altus, Ardmore, those 3 in a row, very big for the Highlanders. Now, the next 3 is what's interesting that you're going to circle on the calendar. Tonight's game, October 13th, Friday the 13th. Hopefully it's good for the Highlanders against the Midwest City Bombers. At home next Thursday with El Reno, on the road up just the slight little turnpike off I-44 to Elgin for a rematch of hopefully to get a win and instead of that loss in the last second pass there at Cameron Stadium, and then we finish out with the Noble Bears. Morgan Stanley's scheduled sponsor for this year. We appreciate their support. Let's give you your keys to the game. Keys to the game is brought to you by Wade's Driving School. The Wade family has over 60 years of combined experience and are the clear choice for drivers training in Southwest Oklahoma. Give them a call at 580-678-3388. Get training started today with Wade's. First thing I talked to Coach is really keys to the game for this Macarthur matchup with Midwest City is stop the run. This is primarily a all-run team. They usually have a stable of 4 quarterbacks. I think they're only going to use 2 for tonight. We were down to just 1 basically with our 1 bullet because we've missed our secondary backup running back for the last 2 weeks. And so it will be very good to get Harris back in the rotation with Jeremy Hutchinson. So basically stop the run. And then for yourselves, for the Highlanders, I say, you got to eliminate what you can control, which is penalties. Try to keep penalties on the low as possible. In games like this, they can be big, especially if they're 15-yard types. And then any ball control, security as far as fumbles, turnovers. Now, I know you've not followed the Highlanders, but a win like this, when it comes down to 2 tightly fitted contests, what would you say your keys for a Macarthur win is tonight?
I would say one of the keys is going to be, how long, when can Macarthur get off the field defensively? Are they able to make those third down stops? Because what happened a lot last year in that game was Midwest City would get these long drives. They're a running team that's going to get your defense gassed. If they're on the field for 6 to 8 minutes at a time, and that's going to keep guys like Lachlan and Hutchinson and Josh Rushing, that's going to keep those guys off the field. And so you want to kind of limit how long their possessions are, the Bombers' possessions are. How do you do that? Get off the field on 3rd and 4th down.
Keys to the game brought to you by Wade's Driving School. We'll take a timeout and come back with our starting lineups on the Macarthur Highlanders, Jim Darnell Stadium here at Midwest City and the Bombers. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. It's called the Juice. And at Jersey Mike's, it adds that jazz to your sub. Add a flavor zing with the Juice. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
When it comes to your new home or remodeling project, build it right with Comanche Home Center. Our professional staff can help you every step of the way to make sure you get the best lumber, tools, and supplies to tackle any job imaginable. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Here at Classic Lawton Chevrolet, we love our community and we want to show our appreciation.
We offer savings for military, first responders, college students, and educators, giving back to those who give everything they've got.
What's in your driveway? You don't have to come onto the lot. We'll bring it to you.
Get a 360-degree view and video summary of every vehicle. Top dollar for your trade, and even get pre-approved. ClassicChevyNation.com.
What's in your driveway?
Enjoy the dip.
I want to welcome you into the broadcast booth here at Jim Darnell Stadium, Midwest City, home of the Bombers and home of this site district clash. We got a little pregame entertainment going on for the Midwest City Marching Band. Let's give you your starting lineups. Starting lineups is brought to you by Crystal Miller CPA, certified public accountant in Lawton. For personal or business accounting and tax preparations, give her a call, 1104 Southwest B Avenue, phone 580-581-0970. That's 580-581-0970. Let's start off with your starting offense for the Macarthur Highlanders, starting with quarterback. Sophomore coming in and earning that with Lachlan. He's a 6-foot, 180-pound sophomore quarterback. Then handing the ball off to number 0, Jeremy Hutchinson. He has a 6-foot, 215-pound running back. And then we'll also see a little bit of fullback play from Trey Kibble. He'll come and make a hole and make things happen up on the front line. Then on our receiving core, you got Bo DeLong, number 17, 5'9", 165 pounds on the outside edge. Followed by the other side, we say that sophomore to connection with Josh Rushing, 6'3", 195-pound sophomore wide receiver. He'll play both sides of the ball. Dominique Collins, number 1, he has fear of no one. Even his height is 5'9". He does not play like that when it comes to the field. Joe Warner, 57, starting offensive lineman at center, 6'1", 240 pounds. And then number 53, Jeremy Fields, he's 6 foot, 230 pounds offensive lineman. And then flipping on the other side, when we have guards and tackles, you got Avery Hartney, 5'11", 225-pound offensive lineman, and then followed by number 67, Jordan McCoy, 6 foot, 235 pounds, and you got to have anchors on both sides. That's your tackles. And then, of course, with Chris Fialoa being one of those, 6 foot, 225 pounds, all under the direction of head coach Brett Manning. Then over there on the defensive side of the ball, starting defense for the Macarthur Highlanders will look like this. It's been a stellar defense all year long. They swarmed to the ball. Marquise Casper, 5'11", and 225 pounds on the defensive line. This clogs up the middle, so to speak. Mr. Trey Kibble, we talked about that. He plays both sides of the ball, at times 5'11", 220 pounds. By number 51, also the anchoring of that Xavier Hill. It's kind of bumps and bruisers throughout the night, whether we see him or not, 5'8". And then in the linebacking core, Braden Brown will also see him in punting duties. Number 15, 5'11", 195-pound outside linebacker. And then he's in the spot where he needs to be. Xavier Booth moved in from the secondary last year. Now in the linebacking core, he's been all over the place. And then Matt Steele wearing number 32. He's a 6 foot, 275-pound inside linebacker. And then the guy that's going to be carrying out the hammer, Jake Caldwell. Coach said over 26 tackles last week. 5'9", 180 pounds, and he didn't even play 4 quarters. Tigers. And then A.J. Vaughn on the back end in the secondary, 6 foot, 180 pounds, wearing a lucky number 13 on Friday the 13th. And Trey Williams wearing number 12, 6 foot 190 pounds, also in the secondary. And then Dominique Collins, he'll intercept balls, he'll catch balls, he'll be on both sides of the ball. Dominique Collins, 5'9", love to see him in action. And then Adam Austin really starting to come together in that back end, 6'3", 195 pounds, under the direction of defensive coordinator Mike Reffin. So we've got 6 minutes before we get this one kicked off. We'll also have our coin toss and so much more as our countdown to kickoff continues by Western Oklahoma State College. Forget what you know about a community college and join a college community with small college classes, affordable tuition, and online face-to-face blended formats. Western Oklahoma State College has something for everyone. Become a part of the Pioneer family today. Call 580-477-2000 or visit them at wosc.edu. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Coast Technology Group specializes in audio, video, and lighting for schools, house of worship, home, and business. Work with our team's engineers to design the right system for your conference rooms, video telecommunications, stadiums, auditoriums, video walls, home theater, and automation. Whether your next project is large or small, let our team with over 150 years of combined experience help design the right system with simple, reliable technology.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs, we make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Whether you order online or on our app, Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go will have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Well, welcome back to Midwest City and Jim Darnell Stadium, a site of the Midwest City Bombers. And I guess they got a little bomber board. I don't know what they're bringing out. Number 71. Boy, he's a big load. And our coin toss is brought to you by Hop and Sack. Proud to be locally owned and our convenience store right around the corner from Mac. Since establishing in 1994, they've been a proud member to serve our local communities. Drop by anytime. We'd love to see you. Number 2 Southeast 45th Street, right across from Macarthur High School. So the Midwest City Bombers, and they're all black with just kind of a kind of gold, light gold laden numbers. And then the Macarthur Highlanders in their all white with gold pants and their green numbers. So we got the white cap there at midfield giving the final instructions. And you know, this is the nervousness starts and you start getting excited. The anticipation of this game means so much for both of these two, and especially not to say that someone's been backed in a corner, but Midwest City, uncharacteristic from the schedule, at least on eyeball purposes, lost to El Reno last week. So what that puts them in is a painted corner that they know they have to play us. They still have to play the Elgin Owls, and so they don't want to be fourth. They won their district last year. They were first-placed district winners by winning and stealing one away from the Elgin Owls last year at the last second from a 4-year starting quarterback connected in the end zone, and they win the district. So there is the coin up in the air, decided, and the white cap is going to say that the Macarthur Highlanders are going to take the ball. So did he? I don't know if he said that they won and deferred. He never gave me an indication of who won the coin toss. All we know is Macarthur's going to start off with the ball offensively, and I guess that's all I need to know. We'll know on the second half about whether it's a deferred. So Mr. Caldwell, Mr. Xavier Booth will jog off to the sidelines, and we'll get ready for action about 2 minutes away from kickoff. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. The Fraternal Order of Police Lodge Number 98 and the Lawton Police Officers Association, proudly serving the Lawton community and all of his athletics.
Current weather predictions say heaters will be pushed to their limits this year. Have Miller Noble do a preseason heater checkup to make sure you don't get caught in the cold this winter. We'll stop by, inspect your furnace filters, thermostat, and efficiency, and ensure that it will be ready for the cold. Even if you aren't, don't get caught in the cold without a heater this year. Visit MillerNoble.com to schedule your service today.
Your comfort comes first. Miller Noble Heating and Air.
College is about more than just a degree.
It's a journey that will shape your future and change your life. That's why MSU Texas provides a place to find your passion,
to connect with others,
and discover who you truly are.
We're dedicated to providing a well-rounded education that prepares you for a variety of careers.
You'll have everything you need to pursue your dreams at MSU Texas.
Start your journey. For more information, visit msutexas.edu.
All right, welcome back to Midwest City and the Bombers, site of this district showdown. And your first quarter sponsor is brought to you by Pam & Barry of RE/MAX. Nobody sells more real estate than Pam & Barry at RE/MAX. They're not bragging. They're just applying for a job. Phone 248-8800, 248-8800. And let's get this game started. I've been waiting all day long on a fall break matchup between these two. And we're going to kind of see who's going to take that leading step into the district just because of how the schedules have been between these teams. And the Midwest City Bombers in all black with gold, a light dusted gold number with white pants. And then the Macarthur Highlanders in their gold pants, white jerseys, and dark numbers. And for old guys like me, a little bit better to see. Both sides have, and that was also something the OSSAA changed. They were going with so many different camouflage, and it was kind of hurting the referees. And so they said, we're going to have to go back to those big block-style numbers because some of your stuff is too fancy for us to call games. And
We've
so
got a lot of teams that in our coverage area that have changed up some of their uniforms. It makes it a lot easier on us up here in the booth.
So joining us in the booth, Glenn Brockenbush, Nathan Woods, our producer, Caleb Sherem on camera. My name is Eric Sherem. Glad to have you along as the Midwest City Bombers kind of take a knee to get this started when they do their kickoff. And we'll sit back. Is David Araga with a hand in the air, the officials whistle, getting ready for Friday night under the football lights across the great state of Oklahoma, and that is booted deep, big, and in the end zone for a touchback, and the Highlanders will start 1st and 10 on their own 20. That is a boot of a leg right there.
Dominic wasn't going to do anything with that one, even if he wanted to, but
So we're just underway. You can catch us on the network. Download our free apps, downloadable on your phones on Google and Android. Just search the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Follow us on Instagram, on X, on Twitter, and on YouTube. And for those who are watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook channels. So in the shotgun formation, getting started with a man in motion coming to the near side of the field. Picked up, and we got our first flag of the ball game.
Not ideal.
And I guess it's going to be against the Highlanders, whether let's find out what
he jumped off sides.
Okay, so, on the road, we talked about a little bit of this, not so much penalties, stuff that you can control, and that's something that you don't want to start out with a 1st and 15 just underway, and you didn't even get the ball snapped. Got another man in motion coming over the near side of the field. Going to go back the other way. It's bowed along, a little handoff, cut back. Nice little cut back, gets up to about the 25-yard line. So that was decent with the extra move that we get, and we know that's so common when you see Jeremy Hutchinson. Back quickly, as we say, the Highlanders will try to get them off guard by not really calling in a play, and they'll go up-tempo, but the Midwest City Bombers were there to meet him. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down already, 3rd down and about 5. Oh, it's a high snap. Was able to snag that. And, the blitz came. And because of the high snap, that was a 3-and-out for the Highlanders. And the Midwest City Bombers did what they came to do, is play smackdown football.
Yeah, Eric, those first, you start off with the penalty, and then those two plays, back-to-back plays, you have consecutive high snaps. It really throws off the tempo and rhythm of your offense. And we saw it right there.
Braden Brown will stand back at his own 10-yard line. So Lachlan and company gets out. That's a decent boot high. Going to bounce and get just a little bit of a roll right at midfield. So now as Bo DeLong tags that up, and the Midwest City Bombers here to play with a little bit of excitement, a little bit of a swing in their step. Remember, they lost to El Reno last week in a district game, and they think that they have something to prove, and they want to show it here tonight. Under the direction of Kenneth Colston. He's a senior quarterback, 5'11", 175-pound, and they are going to tote the rock, and you can see why. They've got a nice fullback up there in that pistol formation and that offensive line. So it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and that swarming Highlander defense gets a stop after a gain of 1. So it's going to bring up about 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, good penetration there from the Highlander defense to kind of swallow up that opening run play by the Bombers.
Well, Midwest City's going to kind of do the same thing as what Highlanders do, except for get moved around. They'll get a new play call from the sideline. Back in the shotgun formation. Longer snap count, he'll get another call from the sideline. Really playing the cat and mouse. Defense kind of comes up. It's going to be a handoff, misdirection, goes off tackle, and then bends into the middle side of the defense, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about a yard. So 3rd down and 1, and this will probably be 4-down territory, as you say, our First Baptist East instant replay. Join them for worship on Sunday for Bible class and worship. Inviting you to join them this Sunday. Boy, look at this formation, and it's a direct snap. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down, it looks like, depending on the spot. I don't know.
And for a second there with that formation, I thought they were going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles brotherly shove there, something like that.
They're going to say, they're going to move the chains. It was really long. I saw the sideline judge here put up a number 1,
yeah,
and they waited for the white cap.
Longer than it needed to. That looked like a 1st down from the get-go, but –
all right, so another play call from Kenneth Colston. He comes in as a senior and having to replace a 4-year starter last year.
Yeah, DJ Irvin left a hole to fill, but Colston's done it pretty well.
Oh, and that was really a nice delivery on the spot because he had to take the lick, and you should see this on replay again. The defense was coming, and you got to stand in there, and Kenneth Colston did. He delivered a connection on the spot, so the pressure was there, but not enough for him to make a delivery and an 8-yard pickup to bring up a 2nd down and short.
Yeah, hard to tell there. I didn't see the number. I think it was either Casper or Booth that just gave him a lick, and he delivered it, though.
Just underway. First drive for the Highlanders were a 3-and-out. Now with the Midwest City Bombers, who basically only had a half a field to work with, has the ball deep into Highlander territory. A little flat-out screen we missed on the first tackle, but the second was good. Down to about the 30-yard line, but that will be enough for a pickup of a 1st down, move the chains.
Yeah, this Macarthur defense, they lost some talent from last year. You lost a really good, experienced linebacker, but they've still got good linebackers there.
Well, and when we may move Xavier Booth from the secondary down, he's been in a good spot. We've got a nice swarming defense that we've seen all year. Straight back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to throw this one to the corner, and that's going to be a little bit too far out and incomplete. This young man, Colston, by the way, was not in the rotation for the last 2 weeks, so we'll kind of see what his timing is with his receivers if he is going to throw, because he has been off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, going to be really interesting to see, and you don't want to make excuses if you're a Midwest City coach for that, why you lost El Reno. I think we realize El Reno is a pretty decent ball club, but, who knows what kind of difference Colston can make with this offense. Like you said, a senior who's been in this program for a while and understands the ins and outs.
So you've got 3 receivers on the top side, 1 lone back next to his right, and it'll be Colston in the shotgun formation. It's going to be right up the middle, up the gut against this Highlander defense, and we're rotating out, and we got receivers coming in for a little bit of rotation mix, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 5. This is where you talked about this earlier with keys to the game. Can you get them off the field to make these 3rd down and stops? You know, this is 4-down territory more likely, but that kid that just made the kickoff, they could be kicking a field goal. He certainly has the leg.
Has the leg.
Handoff. Off tackle to the near side of the field, drags some Highlanders down to about the 24-yard line. So it will be 4th down. Decision time. Looks like they're going to go for it. Does not line up for a field goal kick. Looks like they're going to be 4th and about 3. And this is where the Highlander defense can really come up big if they can get a stop on this first drive for the Midwest City Bombers. Starting to make some noise there from the visiting crowd. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket, decides to run. On the run, goes around the corners to the sticks. He'll get the first down and then go out of bounds. And Colston on the quarterback carry is able to get the first down. So you did what you can, but you got to contain a runner. And that Colston's got some wheels, and he showed that there.
Yeah, I think really the key to into that play for him to get the rest of that yardage was the good blocking on the outside, but the receiver on Adam Austin. Number 3 just really couldn't get out of that grip.
So knocking at the door, out of red zone opportunity for the Midwest City Bombers back in the shotgun formation. Colston, he'll hold up and get a new play call from the sideline. 6:25, here's another thing with a running game, even though we had one series, we're almost halfway through the quarter. Going to try to get the edge on the corner to the 10, then tries to go back up inside, but it's going to be upended at about the 4-yard line. And just knocking at the door with a 1st and goal. What did I say? He didn't get the 9. He's not 4. He's at about the 9. There's a flag on the play, so we'll check this one out. Holding against the Bombers. So, yes, that's a little breathing room for the Highlanders, and we'll back them up 10.
We talked earlier, Eric, about the ability to get off the field and what that does for your defense. And remember, a lot of these guys are going to play both ways tonight, and especially if you're a guy that plays on the line and you're smashing up against bodies every single play. This drive is almost 10 plays already. And think about how many times you're going to be, mashing up against somebody else all night.
Colston. Oh, a little razzle-dazzle on the other side, and we are going to get a nice little tackle right there.
Xavier Booth.
Booth came off that block, and I mean, we'll see that again on that instant replay right there. Came off, and he said, no, sir, nothing on the reverse. We got it, and look at that from your First Baptist East instant replay, just what the doctor ordered. Xavier Booth gets a huge stop to bring up a 2nd down and very long right outside the Macarthur 35-yard line.
He's been a playmaker in this defense for several years now, and you mentioned he kind of made that switch from safety to linebacker, but in many ways he is kind of the modern-day linebacker, built more like a safety, kind of that rover position.
Colston was barking out some instructions to his O-line, gets a new play call from the sidelines, back in the shotgun formation. Straight back to pass coming up, and they are coming with a blitz. Comes out, and this is going to be intercepted at the 10, now to the 20, 30, 35, 40, still on his feet at the 45, to the 50, midfield, inside Midwest City territory, and what a great stop and a defensive turnover for the first time tonight.
Great read by Dominic Collins, but I tell you what, Xavier Booth helped create that play again with that pressure off the edge. Great pressure that he applied to that quarterback, Colston. Really good read, though, by Dominic Collins to cut off that route and pick that off.
So you have the Midwest City Bombers come up with an interception. Dominic Collins again comes to play in a very big way with the interception and the return to midfield. And the Macarthur Highlanders, who went 3 and out, now have some mojo and some momentum from their defense. And midfield with about 5:07 left to go here in quarter number 1. Your Pam and Barry first quarter. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Highlanders. And that's what you didn't want. Now, we talked about this before, and I think it could be something that's said. It's not needed to be said, but it costs you 15 yards. So Dominic Collins' return going to be taken out. And now let's see where we can dial up offensively with Lachlan and company. It's going to be a fake handoff, going to throw. It's going to be a little connection up to the flats on the outside up to about the 45, 46-yard line. So a decent pitch and catch for the Highlanders on the first series of offense on their second drive tonight.
Yeah, I've really been impressed with Avon Lachlan, and I know the coaches have been impressed with him. Even going into this season, really kind of a 1 and 1A quarterback situation, and obviously he proved himself throughout this season to be worthy of the job.
All right, we got whistles here. Flag on the play, and let's see who's this. This is coming from the sideline judge from that side. Whitecap will say false start. False start against the Highlanders, so that's 2 now. We've had 2 of those, and we have one unsportsmanlike conduct. Got 3 of the flags against the Highlanders tonight. 4:44. And it's a 2nd down and 7. Lachlan over his head has to pick this one up. Throw it away, son. He's going to try to run. Oh, and he is clobbered at the 30-yard line. And I'll tell you what, you want to get rid of it to kind of throw it because it's going to be a 3rd down and long. And that swarming defense right there, there's nowhere to go but a host of black jerseys.
Yeah, I don't know. That is maybe a play that Avon would like to have back. Obviously, the center would probably like to have that one back.
Well, and
but
that's uncharacteristic of our high snaps of what we've seen so far. Get those down. And that was way over the head, but Lachlan saved a huge turnover. And that could have been a pitch and catch, and that's going to be intercepted off of the pick, off the 40-yard line. So they exchange turnovers in this ball game. And what do we say about turnovers and penalties in games like this can be a huge deciding factor. It did not give points for Midwest City as Dominic Collins stole that one away, but now the Midwest City Bombers set up shop, short field to work with right outside the Highlander 37, I would say the 37-yard line.
Well, I think they're going to give him the 39.
So in the shotgun formation, looks for a little screen pass out to the near side of the field, gets away from one tackler, but not a host of Highlanders there at the 32. So a little chess match between offense and defensive coordinators. A lot of swarming bodies going down up and down this field, and the pace and the tempo that both of these teams are willing to take is big-time football here in 5A. Glad that you could be a part of it. Still scoreless with 3:36 left to go here in the first quarter. 2nd down and about 3. It's going to be a handoff. Makes one man miss. Jukes his way down to about the 24-yard line. So Blue, the ball carrier. And a 1st and 10. So that's Jaheim Mahmood. He is a junior, 6 foot, 184 pounds. Looks for the hard count, try to see if the Highlanders come early. We've seen this before. That defense still out on the field. So we've had 2 turnovers in this ball game, one for the Midwest City Bombers, one for the Highlanders. It's going to be a direct carry off tackle to the far side of the field. Nothing doing. Highlanders there for a stop, and that's going to be a loss of a yard back to about the 25, 26-yard line. Brings up about a 2nd down and 12. 2:43 and counting.
Yeah, we talked a little bit earlier about how Xavier Booth has been able to kind of translate that physicality that he has to that linebacker role. Meanwhile, Adam Austin is a 10th grader who plays D-back like a linebacker in many ways, and we saw that right there with his physicality on that tackle.
So Colston, it's going to be another handoff. Oh, and that's another Xavier Booth shoestring tackle there going on the far side. And a great, great stop there for the Highlanders again. Bend but don't break. And it's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 12. So got back to the original line of scrimmage. So trying to go left for some reason. And they had that right strength in that first drive. So it's kind of something that they saw. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, and that's going to be overthrown. So fortunately, a little bit inerrant pass. We talked about this quarterback not being possibly in rhythm because he's not played the last 2 ball games. So, that's all a timing route when it's you and your receivers.
Yeah, we're going to see 4th down now, and looks like they've got some other players running on the field to see what Coach Darrell Hall decides to do here.
You're going to get down to about the 14-yard line in order to pick up a 1st down.
They're going to kick.
Oh, they are going to kick.
Number 10, their field goal kicker, it looks like.
This will be a 42-yard attempt. We saw his leg when we started off the game with a big boot, and that is going to be going up, delivered, and this could be no good.
Wow.
So it's a little wide, so the Highlanders escape another possibility for a score for the Midwest City Bombers. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, so we have a situation of a 1st and 10 right outside the 20. Remember, in high school, wherever it is missed, you get the ball at the 20-yard line, little pitch and catch to the far end, and spun around, and a flag comes out. And hopefully this will be a face mask. Yeah, he's giving the direction of the white cap of a face mask. Is it going to be incidental, or is it going to be of the 15-yard kind? Let's hope that it's the good kind. For the good guys, right? Where is I'm looking for our white cap. Where is he?
He is behind the Macarthur team, but it looks like they're marking it off anyways for a longer distance.
Yep. So we'll set up shop right outside the 37-yard line, on the move, on the march, with only $1:37 left to go here in quarter number 1. Your Pam and Barry first quarter. Lachlan. It's going to be a handoff. Makes just one, the initial surge miss. Gains maybe a yard, if that, to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Josh Rushing here on the near side looking for a little help to say he needs to know what play this is. Lachlan in the shotgun formation, in that pistol formation. Fake handoff, rolls back, and then there is a fumble exchange. Midwest City claims they have it. We'll find out the white cap of where it is going. It is Midwest City and a turnover. We've had 3 tonight. We've had 2 interceptions, both apiece from Macarthur and Midwest City, and now a fumble in your own territory. We are not going the right way, boys.
No, not a good start for Brett Manning's team so far. I mean, I say that good signs at times, but you can't end drives like this.
Well, the thing is that we've just not got off offensively, and you're calling up on your defense again. They've got to stop with an interception. They missed with a field goal, and now their 3rd attempt, going right up the gut, up the middle. Going to assault you down to about the 25-yard line with 56 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1.
And that's the thing for Macarthur is it's awesome that you're 6-0. It's awesome that you're in a position to possibly host a playoff game if you play your cards right. But the best teams in the state don't turn the ball over like that, and not going to turn it over that much.
Well,
and they're going to take over. They're going to, if you play the really good teams, they're going to take advantage when you do that.
Yeah, you eliminate the turnovers, you eliminate the self-made mistakes, and then so it's another handoff up the middle down to about the 23-yard line. And 23 seconds, they don't necessarily have to. 3rd down and 3, they may snap it right at the end of this quarter with 16 seconds left to go and counting. I don't think they're going to call a play unless it's going to be quick. Yeah, it's going to be right at the snap at the end of the quarter possibly. Down to 5 seconds. And this should end. Nope, they're not going to do it. So they are going to end 1 quarter of play with a scoreless district matchup between Macarthur and Midwest City. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Are you ready to find your dream home?
Let's find it together.
We can help you find that perfect home and walk you through the buying process.
Or maybe you just want to sell your home. We can help with that too.
Hi, I'm Pam.
And I'm Barry. We've been helping buyers and sellers for 21 years.
Together, we can help you sell your home.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
All right, back here at Jim Darnell Stadium, home of the Midwest City Bombers. First time that we've ever been here. This was a 6A school that went down to 5A last year for the first time. We hosted them last year at Cameron Stadium for a fall break game. They come running out of the huddle like that from a timeout, not jogging, all running over there to set this one up with a determination and a third down and very manageable 3rd and 3 right outside the 23. In the shotgun formation. Gives the hard count look and then gets another opportunity. Colston. It's going to be a handoff off tackle. Going to push the pile and get down to about, that's going to be enough for a first down, move the chains right outside the 17-yard line. So here we go again. What are you going to be able to dial up, Coach Reffett? Kind of stop the bleeding and get our offense back out there again. Knocking at the door for the second opportunity for a red zone opportunity for the Midwest City Bombers. Handoff, off tackle, gets out of the scrum of the middle congestion and cuts his way back down to about the 9-yard line. Won't be enough for a first down. Needs to get down to around the 8, so a second down and about 2. High snap, gets that handoff up the middle, and there we go for a Highlander stop. And it's going to bring up a third down and short. Quickly going to the line, and Midwest City's, I got to say, for how big they are, they're in shape to keep going and rattling this out at a fast-paced tempo. Another handoff up the middle. He's going to get enough for a first down, so it'll be a set up a 1st and goal right outside the 5-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. And your second quarter is brought to you by Eastside Pharmacy, going above and beyond to help their customers download their free mobile app or call your prescriptions in anytime, day or night, or even get your refill notifications. Eastside Pharmacy, 4 pharmacists, 17 years in business. Phone 355-6400. I think Coach wants a definition. Was it call a timeout? Wanted to talk to the Whitecaps, so if they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout with them. Wait, they're not calling a timeout. He all the players came over the sidelines like it was us and said, no, he's talking to the Whitecap, but we're not. Coach is looking at something. I have no idea what the disruption of, is it a headset problem?
Not. I mean, even if I could read lips, we can't see it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I have no
that.
idea.
They're right on the lower right hand of your screen. You can see the Whitecap talking to Coach Darryl Hall. We'll get this determined here at the 11-minute mark here of the second quarter. Knocking at the door, Midwest City has done that. They have stayed on this end of the field all night tonight. Handoff up the middle. Again, a host of Highlanders will get a stop at the 5-yard line. That's one thing about the Highlanders. We swarm to the ball. The defense is quick and furious. Now they're going to exchange out about 4 or 5 different personnel. We got guys coming on and off the field just as quick. 2nd and goal. Right outside the 6th. And they'll quickly go to the line. Direct snap, handoff, and goes down to about the 4-yard line. And Mahmoud is going to get the carry. And, boy, we just rotate out backs like crazy out into Lavaliette, the senior, coming in. 3rd down and goal right outside the 4. Going to try to get around the outside edge. He's going to hit the corner in the pylon. He will waltz in and score untouched. Touchdown Midwest City, and the Bombers are up 6-0, and the PAT coming up. You can see that. Nothing to clean up around the edge. Was able to get the corner. They've got the speed. For those who are familiar with like a lot high edge kind of speed that we've seen in 6A, that's what Midwest City can bring. And they take the opening lead, 6-0 in the PAT coming up. But it's been an all story of turnovers and ball down on this side, and it's up, and it's going to hit the goalpost, and that's going to be very interesting later on. It's 6-0. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Scooters Coffee, world-class coffee rooted in quality, with 2 locations to serve you in Lawton and Elgin. Wake up to the amazing aroma of quality from their hot and iced drinks to blenders, smoothies, teas, to even their great food delights. Or why not try their at-home coffees or coffee on the go? Locally owned and operated, Scooters in Lawton and Elgin. Scooters, rooted in quality.
All right, back here, Jim Darnell Stadium, Midwest City, and the Bombers go up 6-0 with a touchdown. The PAT missed the crossbar, and unfortunately for the Highlanders, a couple of turnovers. The defense has really done their job to really try to maintain and contain, but just one too many solid punches, and our offense just has not got our start yet. And let's see if we can ignite that. So give your defense a little bit of a breather and have something to go on offensively. So they're all kind of in a track formation down, kneel down for the ball to be kicked off, hand in the air, whistle to go from the Whitecap is going to be end over end, and this is going to be fielded at about the 2. Dominic Collins takes it to the 10, tries to get the edge on the outside corner, runs into a host of Midwest City Bombers right around the 18-yard line. So a lot of times Dominique will find room when he's got the edge, tried to get there, but then tucked it up inside, and there was no more running room. So the Highlanders deep back in their own territory, 1st and 10, just with 9:26 in the second quarter.
Yeah, going to start from about their own 18. We're see if this offense can get things going finally.
Well, we need something to hang our hat on because we've not really done anything except for rely on our defense to help us out. Lachlan fakes the long pass and then gets upended. I mean, just right at the 20-yard line. If you'll kind of see this again on our instant replay,
man.
just took it right up there. And, well, it went low, and he tried to kind of hurdle the man. That's not legal anyway. So, brings up a 2nd down and 10. Got to move the chains, boys. Back to pass, back to work, in the pocket, going to throw a little high, but that's going to be caught. And the forward progress is going to get him close to the sticks. We'll find out where they mark it. It's either going to be 3rd down and short or a 1st down. We'll see. It's going to be 3rd down and inches. Your First Baptist East instant replay, good snag. It's going to be a handoff. I don't know if he's going to make it. Well, the Highlanders are pointing that there where they are. It is enough for a 1st and 10, and that's what the doctor ordered for the Macarthur Highlanders. Boy, they needed that in a big way to keep the drive alive. Fake handoff, back to work, back to pass. Got a man wide open. Can he connect? It's just too far out. Boy, that would have been a 6 connection right there on your First Baptist East instant replay. Stood in the pocket and then had the load and throw, but it's just a little bit too out for Josh Rushing.
Yeah, Josh had his man beat by a while, or by a decent margin, but
Lachlan, handoff, coming to the near side of the field, up to about the 35-yard line. Quickly, we got guys coming in and out. Brings up a 3rd down and 5. Another important 3rd down coming up. Lachlan, back to work, back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, gets away from one, and then not enough to get past the other. And that's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for the Highlanders. So unfortunately, fast and furious, the Midwest City Bombers defense all over this field as well. 7:16 and counting here in the second quarter. Braden Brown will stand back at his own 21-yard line. The return man will stand at his 28. Going to get this one away. It's going to be high, deep, and it's going to get a bounce and a roll. Oh, yes. Down to the 15. They're trying to give it a sweep and a wind rush down to about the 13-yard line. A great Braden Brown punt to pin the Midwest City Bombers for their deepest part of the territory all night long.
That's the thing about Braden is over the past few years we've seen him go from being a quarterback when he was on the freshman team to being beefing up, becoming a really good linebacker. One thing he's always really had is a good leg, and we've seen that for the past couple of years. He's been a really solid punter for him.
Well, you've pinned them back for the deepest part of their drive tonight. Handoff coming to the near side of the field. Misdirection gets a couple of guys to miss. Gets up to about the 20-yard line, and that's what you don't want is another 7 or 8 yard pickup on a first down carry with almost 6.5 to go. So just like that, a running team will run the clock and will run the sand out of the hourglass for your opportunities. It's another handoff. Skates this time defensively on a great stop as they tried to go on the other end. That's going to be a major loss of yards. That's much better. Brings up a 3rd down and 9 for the Bombers.
Yeah, Collins and Austin have just been really active so far tonight, and when we see Midwest pass the ball, it's mostly going to be short passes. They like to keep things pretty simple.
So Colston gets a new play call from the sidelines in the shotgun formation. Has 2 receivers here on the near end of the screen. Another handoff. Skates past a defender, and then he's off to the gates running. Look at this. It's going to be a chase down coming from the other end of the field to the 40, 35-30, 25-20 to the 15-10, and I think he was pushed out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. So when they get the wheels going, you have the defensive back, and look at the race, and you got to say, coming from the other side of the field.
I was going to say, as demoralizing as that play was for Macarthur, you got to give all credit to Trey Williams for chasing that guy down from out of the picture. That's,
to not give up 6, and Trey Williams just had the angle and was able to catch him. Yeah. Unfortunately, now when you pin Midwest City back, they're knocking at the door. Another red zone opportunity with 5.5 to go. Direct snap, handoff, collision. We got a flag in the play right at about the 10-yard line. Find out what this is.
Looks like they're going to call it against Midwest City.
It's going to be a holding. Yep.
Yeah, on that play by Trey Williams, I was going to say, Eric, for some of us older, and I say us older, some of us who have watched NFL for a while, that was almost like Darryl Green or something like that, coming from out of the frame to chase down that guy.
That was a great chase down. And, a lot of times players will want to give up. And I know,
And if Midwest City doesn't come away with a touchdown here, you just save points.
Right. Oh, yeah. That would be huge. If you can get a stop here and a first down and goal right outside the 19-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. Boy, he's just very patient on his blocks. He's not really necessarily just gangbuster speed with this. It's just navigating through the blocks that he gets down to about the 14-yard line.
I think oftentimes people categorize running backs in 2 categories, a speed back or a power back. I feel like there's a 3rd category, a smart back.
Yeah,
a guy that
I think that's good.
Almost like an Emmitt Smith back in the day.
Fakes the handoff, then that would have been met in a great smack in the face by Braden Brown if he was able to catch that, but it falls incomplete. Little rushed for both the quarterback and receiver. And that brings up a 3rd down and goal right outside the 13. So come on, Highlander defense. You've done it again. Going to have to do it one more time. 6-0 your score. Touchdown for the Bombers, and the PAT was missed. Opportunity now, a 3rd and goal outside the 13-yard line with 4:49 left to go here in the second. Empty backfield. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, comes in the middle screen, makes his way down to the 10, makes a man miss, and then is caught from behind. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal right outside the 2.
Jake Caldwell on that tackle, again, saving points possibly. We'll see what happens here.
That's why it's that swarming defense. And Caldwell, who carried out the hammer, and we said 26 tackles last week, and he didn't even play all 4 quarters.
Man,
so
Xavier Booth is toughing it out. He came up a little not great there on that play, but he's going to try to stay in the game, it looks like. We'll see what happens here.
We're definitely going to need his help. 4th and goal. Right up the middle, and he will just find a way to dash through with the proper backs, and the Bombers are now up 12-0. And the PAT coming up. Highlanders are going to have to respond with points here before the halftime if they want to be included in this contest. 12-0. Midwest City at the 4:04 mark of the second quarter. Midwest City playing a physical brand of football, which we thought we would see on both sides of the ball. And even though Macarthur has made their stance to get a stop with a 4th down and goal, just a little bit too much. And right off tackle on the far side of the field was enough to dance it in. They're going to go for 2. Straight back, going to pass, tipped around, and it's tipped inside the receiver. It was tipped up, but the ball was a tip drill inside for the Midwest City Bombers to get their 2. The important one we said what they missed. It's now 14-0. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, back here at Midwest City, it's now 14-0. The Bombers, our kickoff sponsor, brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In. From burgers to baskets, pizza, salad, steak fingers, and more, it's Wayne's Drive-In. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. So the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. That's going to be kicked end over end, and that is going to be in the end zone for a touchback. So the Highlanders will start up 1st and 10 right outside their 20. But most importantly, you got to answer with some kind of points here before the half. You got 4 minutes left to do it. 4:04 remaining in the second quarter. 14 unanswered points. And you got to kind of make up a statement here. What are you able to do? And Midwest City is not allowing.
Yeah, you don't want to say that 4 minutes to go before halftime is do or die, but my goodness, if you don't do something offensively here, I mean, what does this game become?
Got a man in motion going to the far side of the field. It's going to be the fake, and then it's a good little pass out to the outside of the field. That's going to be enough for a first down. That's what you need to kind of get things going.
Yeah, it looked like Carson Chambers there, almost looked like arena football or something. He was still going in motion and ran a little out route, it looked like.
Lachlan, high snap, has to steal that one up from the air, right up the middle, and it's out to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Marquise Harris,
and that's
finally
good
seeing him again.
Finally get to have Harris back. He's been absent for the last 2 weeks. Harris brings a different kind of a style punch with his run style. 3:36 and counting. Lachlan will get a new play call from the sideline. Kind of another high snap, handoff, off tackle, spin move for Harris, and dances his way up to about the 45-yard line. That will be a 1st and 10, move the chains. Quickly, and they're doing it the right way, keeping them off balance. Lachlan gets another instructions to his O-line, back in the shotgun formation. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, comes out of the pocket because he was almost going to be sacked, has to run, takes a tackle on at the tackler at the 45-yard line, and then gets pushed out around the 46. Brings up a 2nd down and 9, quickly with 3 minutes to work with. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. They have not called a timeout at all. Empty backfield. Straight up. Quarterback finds the hole that he needs to the 50, 45, then out to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10. Move the chains inside Midwest City territory, Bomber territory for the first time tonight.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout.
And just when I said both teams, Bombers wanted to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years, and they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind, providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
All right, back to action here. The Midwest City Bombers call their first time out. Another high snag from the air with a snap that's high. Got a man wide open, almost picked off. And that floated a little bit too long. Had the wide open receiver, as you can see, up on the top end. But watch the makeup speed. He sees it in action, and that could have been a pick. But fortunately, falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 with 2:40. This will be 4-down territory for the Highlanders. Back to work. Lachlan, little screen, set up. It's caught to Dominic Collins. Collins will dance his way down to about the 36-yard line with 2.5 to go. Here, First Baptist East instant replay. You got Bo DeLong and Dominic Collins, the two receivers here on the low end. Empty backfield. Quarterback draw again. Find that at the 35 to the 30-yard line. And as they say, fumbles the ball. Let's say he was down by contact. Took the knee. That will be enough for first down. 1st and 10. Now they'll roll the clock as they move the chains. Back to work with 2 minutes. And a high snap again. Has to pick this one up, and he'll just cover it up. But what a disaster. That's going to have to be worked on and on and on. High snaps for the first half. And our quarterback has had to do that twice. And now it's 2nd down and very long, going in the wrong direction. And blood in the water, and the Midwest City Bombers want to swarm. Try to make this up. Showing that they're going to be blitzed. Now it's a low snap. Gets this one up off the carpet. Has to run. Gets caught from behind. And it brings up a 3rd down in forever. 3rd down and 23 outside of the 132. A heave, ho, and throw. You need to come up with something here and something up big and maybe get a penalty. Something that will help you. 2 receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side. Straight back to pass, looking outfield. Sets, loads, and throws. Got a man wide open. It's Dominic Collins in and out of his hands. That was 6, and that should make you sick. It was perfect design. Right there, right down the middle, and Collins could not look it in for 6. He beat his man, and unfortunately, 4th down and a punting situation for the Highlanders with a $1.14. Well, you had your chances, and you know what? You look back at that at film and you say, oh, you would, could, but didn't. Unfortunate. Now you're going to try to pin the Bombers back deep.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Yeah. All right, so back to work, and they're backed up in their own end zone, and a carry that gets all the way up to about the 11-yard line. Now it's 57 seconds left to go, and they're not going to really have any worry to do anything. They're up 14-0, deep in their own territory. They don't want to do anything silly like a fumble or a pick six here. So they'll play the match game here to know that the Highlanders aren't going to do anything either. So if you're just joining us, a cost of turnovers, costly for the Highlanders in the first of this get-go. And then they had a heave-ho and throw to Dominic Collins and just was not able to connect. A great thrown ball, but wasn't able to make it what we would like a 14-7 ball game. They're just going to be content to go right up the middle with 18 seconds left to go. So 1st and 10 with about 15 seconds left to go. they got a host of running backs they bring in, too, rotating several, and that kind of keeps you fresh. 14 seconds, they're all going to jog back to the locker room. I think the whole team is leaving. Highlanders will do the same thing with 6 seconds down to 5, and that should do it. It's in the books. We already got halfway through this contest. Midwest City Bombers lead 14-0 here at Jim Darnell Stadium. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled health care to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's why we're here.
Let's go! Guys, the toilet's clogged! Stop again! Oh, that's gross.
Unnecessary clogging. 30-minute fix. We'll have you back and using the toilet in no time.
Don't let bad plumbing penalize you. Call Whitehead Plumbing today. When plumbing problems hit hard like a linebacker, call an audible. Whitehead Plumbing is here to tackle them head on.
Whitehead Plumbing, the real MVPs.
Yeah! Woo! We're your plumbing MVP.
Lawton Community Health Center's high-quality health care is convenient to wherever you are in the region. We're here for you, whether it's our main clinic on Southwest Lee Boulevard or any of our other locations in Lawton. LCHC has additional clinics in Marlow, Comanche, Cache, Medicine Park, Apache, Elgin, and Burns Flat, with more on the way. Enjoy peace of mind knowing quality care from experienced providers is always available. LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
Your job can get dirty. You need a solution. At Waste Solutions, we offer front-end loaders, roll-off containers, and dumpsters for any job, large or small. We also provide residential trash services for Lawton's outlying communities. We've got a solution for small businesses, contractors, construction companies, and everybody in between. We're a locally owned company, and we've been serving our community for 21 years. We love Southwest Oklahoma, and we take care of our own. Every dirty problem has a solution. Waste Solutions. Click or call today.
Well, we're here at the half, Jim Darnell Stadium, Midwest City Bombers. They have the 14-0 lead over your Macarthur Highlanders. And, boy, I'll tell you what, if you could just escape some of the disastrous situations. Yeah, you had a pick. They had a pick. They had a fumble recovery. Just there was some high snaps over the head that put you out of sync with your offense. And, I think these are all correctable. And, to be down 14-0, you can still go in at the half to say, guys, we can really make something out of this. But big district showdown, we knew it was going to be a claw fest. It's going to be 4 quarters, and you're going to have to be in it to win it, and it's going to take you 4 in order to do that. But you're already down 14, down nothing, and they've got some halftime festivities, and if they come up with their halftime band sponsor, we'll do that with Subway at Southeast 45th Street. But we'll take another timeout. Band is not out yet performing, so we'll take a timeout. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Bar S Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Midwest City and the Bombers, where it's 14-0 Midwest City over the Macarthur Islanders. Your halftime is brought to you by Subway at East 45th Street. Can't beat the Subway Series menu that they have, and fresh baked bread each and every day. Your MAC headquarters, Southeast 45th Street in Lawton. Some scores to give you across the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City leads Tulsa Memorial 35-0. El Reno leads Ardmore 21-0. Eisenhower leads Shawnee 19-3, and they're still in the second quarter. Carl Albert leads Bishop McGinnis 35-0. And we also have McAllister beating East Central 43-13. Games last night, congratulating Altus getting their first win in the ball game. Winless teams between Duncan and Altus. Altus wins 33-14. You can catch that again on demand on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Then over down to 4A, we want to congratulate the Newcastle Racers with their win last night. Some of them were playing on Thursday. They beat Hara 43-20. Also in action, Blanchard over Classen yesterday 40-12. You have Elk City beating Chickasha 42-18. That was a final. That was also a Thursday matchup. Cache came up empty. Real close game, though, losing to Weatherford 23-14. There were a lot of 4A games that were played last night. This is fall break for many of the schools, including Lawton Public Schools. Midwest City, though, their fall break is next week. So they're not even in fall break yet. 14-0. Midwest City leads at the half with 12 minutes left to go. We'll take another timeout. Be back to action right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Becker-Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes, and then there is ours. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, 1502 Fort Sill Boulevard.
Step into the best chapter of your life, one with rheumatology care from a provider who focuses on your well-being and getting you back to what matters most. Dr. Shahzad is dedicated to building long-lasting relationships based on trust and medical integrity with every single patient. Schedule your telemedicine appointment today. Don't let rheumatoid arthritis or other inflammatory conditions stop you from enjoying life. MMG, the power of many for the benefit of one.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Have hail damage on your vehicle? Look no further than Cars Hail Repair Specialist. They're locally owned and operated with certified PDR technicians and offer a lifetime warranty with zero out-of-pocket guarantee. They work directly with your insurance and they give a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Make sure you ask them about the $200 referral program. Cars Hail Repair Specialist. Give them a call today, 580-360-5050.
Well, welcome back to Midwest City at Jim Darnell Stadium. And the Midwest City Bombers lead 14-0 here at the half. Halftime band sponsor brought to you by Subway at East 45th Street. You can't beat their Subway Series menu. Eat fresh each and every day. Your MAC headquarters, Southeast 45th Street in Lawton. We'll go down to midfield and the Midwest City Bomber Marching Band for your halftime performance.
Presenting the Midwest City High School Bomber Marching Band. Our drum majors are Corey Sills and Sykes Cardenas. This year's contest is entitled Dreams and Visions. Tonight, the Bomber Marching Band show opens with one of the greatest ESPN soccer themes of all time. Our featured soloists are Andrew Knisley on trumpet, Ariana Myatt on trombones, Austin Jensen on bass drum, and dancers Liz Norberry, Jazzy Mason. Enjoy our band's performance of Ricky Martin's La Coppola de Vida, The Cup of Life. Drum majors Corey Fields and Sykes Cardenas. Is your band ready? When they are, let's get going. Yeah.
We're not friends no more. Give me my phone. Oh, you sorry? Okay.
matchup song of Sweet Dreams, recorded by Annie Lennox, and These Dreams, recorded by Hart, which features our sideline percussionist, mellophone section, and mellophone soloist, Sydney Woodard. Immediately after, the band will perform a matchup of the famous Twilight Zone theme and Grammy-winning song from 1990, Back to Life by Soul to Soul, featuring Cora Reagan on the alto sax. To close the halftime show, the band will perform an Elvis Presley matchup, featuring our drumline, saxophone section, Xavier Roxton on trombone, Ethan Crogan on trumpet, Dominic Molinex on bass guitar, Chancey Smith on drums, Kevin Cardenas on mellophone. We hope you enjoy. Follow that dream if it can dream.
So your halftime sponsor brought to you by Subway at East 45th Street. Can't beat their Subway Series menu for sure. Your MAC headquarters, Southeast 45th Street in Lawton, enjoying the Midwest City Marching Band. We got about less than a minute left to go before the 3-minute warm-ups, so we're going to take our timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
wine, vinegar, and olive oil blend. It's called the juice. And at Jersey Mike's, it adds that jazz to your sub. Add a flavor zing with the juice. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
When it comes to your new home or remodeling project, build it right with Comanche Home Center. Our professional staff can help you every step of the way to make sure you get the best lumber, tools, and supplies to tackle any job imaginable. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Here at Classic Lawton Chevrolet, we love our community and we want to show our appreciation.
We offer savings for military, first responders, college students, and educators, giving back to those who give everything they've got.
What's in your driveway? You don't have to come onto the lot, we'll bring it to you.
Get a 360-degree view and video summary of every vehicle. Top dollar for your trade and even get pre-approved. ClassicChevyNation.com.
What's in your driveway?
Enjoy the difference.
Draw back to pass, and he's got some time. Forks out of the pocket. Man, he's got room. He's looking downfield, and he's got a man wide open. It's Kyrie Coleman, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Can he get in? Touchdown, Bulldogs! 40-yard.
Cooksey checking with his guys. Racer Faithful getting loud. Cooksey has the snap. Got time to throw a fire on the flat pass. It's caught. Dropped immediately. Ball's loose. It rolls out of the end zone. They're going to say it's incomplete.
King will throw. He's going to launch it for the first down.
He's open.
He has a man.
Touchdown.
And it's caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Midwest City.
Back to pass, back to work. Set up the screen pass to Josh Rushing. Makes the connection to the 40, 45, 50. Off to the races. One man to beat. He will score. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Macarthur.
Talking to Coach Hill a little bit about that. I mean, there goes Brody.
There's Brody. He's to the 40. He's going to be brought down. No, he's not. He's going to be in the 20, 15, 10. That is an Elgin Owl touchdown.
Woo! This time Sperry keeps it himself, cuts out the middle. He got the first down. He throws on the Jets. He's got 20 to beat. 10, 5, touchdown, Kevin Sperry. Wow.
Well, some of our top plays from just a couple of weeks ago. Hey, join us on the network. We'd love for you to be a part of the family by just downloading our app. You can just find us on Google and Apple Android devices and search the Oklahoma Sports Network. Like us on Facebook for those who are watching on our Facebook page. Well, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And our third quarter sponsor is brought to you by the Lawton Firefighters Association. Proudly supporting the community they serve every day. Lawton Firefighters Association, and your Wayne's kickoff is going to be delivered to the Midwest City Bombers. Hey everyone, let's go to Wayne's before and after the game. Wayne's Drive-In. And so basically we had
Bombers starting on the 35-yard line.
an opportunity for the Highlanders to start off with the ball, unfortunately, in this game went 3 and out. We saw a disastrous first half, but down 14-0. Midwest City Bombers will start off with the ball in the second half. Little flat-out screen. That was almost going to be picked as Dominic Collins came off of the block and was going to probably make a pick 6 out of that.
Yeah, good recognition by Dominic, and I think some of the players were confused as to whether that was a backwards pass or not, but the sideline official nearest to us signaled it was incomplete, so second down it is.
So Kenneth Colston, quarterback for the Midwest City Bombers, senior, back in the shotgun formation on a 2nd down and 10. Another little flat screen coming to the far side of the field is connected, but is defensively there for an incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So hopefully, just like what we saw, and Nathan Woods, our producer, said, if we can see the Highlanders, the second half Highlanders like we've seen all year long, they can come to life in the second half, and that's been good for them.
Yeah, and similar to Dominic Collins on that first down play, Eric, we saw Braden Brown really disrupt the rhythm there, and that kind of changes what the receiver has to do, and thus an incomplete pass.
3rd down. Back to pass, back to work, going to throw in the flats is going to be a pitch and catch. Off to the races to the 40. Got a block around the corner, comes off of that block, though. And that's going to be a Midwest City Bomber first down. So you think you have them, and then they cut loose big plays, just like that scamper down when we had them deep in their own territory, and about a 60, 70-yard run.
That's a killer. That just hurts.
Now it's 1st and 10 with a handoff up the middle. Gets back maybe a yard. I mean, you got to get off the field, gentlemen. You got to find a way to get the continued stops. They're getting stops on downs, but not stopping drives. And that's what we've got to see. They've not been able to punt at all tonight. Not had to. And working with the ball and the clock, and they will take a half a clock away from you with just running the ball. Very smart football in which to do that. Back to work in the shotgun formation, straight back to pass. It's going to set up a screen, and that's going to fall incomplete. A little bit low, but under the pressure. He kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, and it looked like he had LaViolette kind of in the flat there, and we saw number 29 kind of waving his arm, and it looks like we got some laundry on the field in the form of a penalty flag. See what this is all about. And it's on Macarthur.
Macarthur's defensive holding.
Goodness.
Well, you don't really see that in high school much.
No, and
defensive holding.
Yeah, I didn't see where it was. I didn't see who, and obviously, in the pros in college, they give you the jersey number. I guess they choose not to embarrass the high school kids like that to pick them out individually. But yeah, I didn't see where it was, but just another backbreaker.
Midwest City going to shut up shop right outside their own 25-yard line. The lone back next to his left, handoff. Skates his way down to about the 22-yard line off tackle and then puts it up to the middle of the field. It brings up a 2nd down and about 8 with 10-11 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And if I'm not mistaken, LaViolette is one of those running backs that was kind of that stable of backs that the Bombers had last year that really gave teams like Macarthur some problems late in the season. They're a very durable team. They have a lot of depth at that position.
Yeah, they were running like 3 or 4 different running backs. Oh, just all off to the own zone. And the block that was needed right at the line of scrimmage. Forget it, touchdown Bombers. And now 3 scores. And it makes it 20 with a PAT coming up. 20 unanswered points. Highlanders have not shown up offensively yet to try to answer. And they start off the 3rd quarter with the ball and the score. We've had some great stops, don't get me wrong. We just have not stopped drives, and that's been the difference. PAT coming up. Ball down, kick up, kick on its way, and this kick is good. So it makes it 21-0, 9:47 left to go here in the 3rd. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Coast Technology Group specializes in audio, video, and lighting for schools, house of worship, home, and business. Work with our team's engineers to design the right system for your conference rooms, video telecommunications, stadiums, auditoriums, video walls, home theater, and automation. Whether your next project is large or small, let our team with over 150 years of combined experience help design the right system with simple, reliable technology.
All right, back here at Jim Darnell Stadium, home of the Midwest City Bombers. You like their little lineup for kickoff? Everybody's like in a racing stance at a track match.
Ready to go.
But they are ready to go, and your kickoff sponsor brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In before and after the game. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. So the ball teed up at the 40. Kicker is going to go actually from the far side hash mark and kind of chip this one, and he's got a deep leg, and it's going to go deep and protected in the back of the end zone for an automatic touchback. And so the Highlanders have no setup for a return. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 right outside their own 20. And now this is kind of the blood in the water, so to speak. Midwest City is going to really dial it up defensively until you make them back it off. And you've got to earn their respect by marching it down the field. You've got to have some kind of unanswered points. You have 21 down. You got to start here, and it starts off chipping away, get some yards, maybe a big play, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a 21-point play, so you can only chop the wood right now, and they're going to try and do that early on.
Well, Lachlan going to be a handoff. And it's going to only gain of maybe original line of scrimmage to make up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think that was Hutchison there on the run. And
we got 2 backs now. We've seen this formation here before. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, has to come out now, and he's going to take a sack. And you had 2 backs there for protection, and the one only just looks back like, oh, I missed it. And Lachlan is scraped up off the field for a big major sack, and your First Baptist East instant replay goes bad to worse for the Highlanders, and they still can't dig themselves out of a hole.
Well, there's a flag. Going to be interesting to see what happened there. Jordan Murray kind of pushed his man into Avon Lachlan.
Holding
and it's going to be
Highlanders.
against
They're going to decline that. Well. Oh, no, and then it's going to offset.
Okay. Well, then.
Well, that's kind of the only break that we've seen here in the second half is offsetting penalty. Well, yeah, because, I mean, it was disastrous. You had 2 backs for blocking
it's the
purposes.
best case scenario of that play.
Yeah.
It really is.
2nd and 10, though. Set back up. Lachlan. Back to work, back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Has to decide to run. Gets away from nowhere and no one. And you can't take a sack back there. You'll have to passively throw it away. Doesn't. Takes a sack because they're coming. That's what I said, the blood in the water. They can sense it. They want to put you away, and they want to put you away right now. 3rd down and 17.
You just kind of got to wonder what the psyche of that offensive line is right now, because Avon Lachlan is waiting for his wide receivers to get open. They don't have time to get open, because by the time they do, he's getting swallowed up. It's not that they're not working hard. It's just a lot of good pressure from the Bombers.
Well, they have a 3-man front, straight back to work, back to pass. A heave, ho, and throw. Going to have a man, wide open and just could not connect. Dominic Collins' opportunity. He's been a star for us, and he's kind of upset with himself. But it was kind of a route that he had to come across. And, man, you could see his frustration that, man, he's beaten his man twice. And he said, if you can just get me the ball, it's 6. And they know it. It's just we cannot connect. Braden Brown dangerously at his own 1-yard line at the 8:27 mark. Come on, Highlanders. We need something to go right. Return man will be decent at the Highlander 45. And it's going to be touched at the 35-yard line. The Highlanders are going to get a turnover, and they're going to go the other way. The Highlanders, let's see what's the official call. It should be, because the ball was out, and then a Midwest City Bomber touched it, and the Highlanders covered it up.
I'm wondering if the Bombers thought that they had tipped the ball on the punt, because there was pressure up there. We'll see in
we saw that on the instant replay.
FBE instant replay, but they had a guy on the coverage team just decide to touch it, and Man, you want to talk about a break?
Well, that's really kind of what you need now. Dane Edwards will come out now for quarterback. Kind of give a little bit of a different look at quarterback. Let's see what the senior can do. We had Lachlan, so now we're back to Edwards. Edwards, man in motion, handoff up the middle, and was going to meet a defender there at the 35-yard line. And so Hutchinson is just going to kind of bury his shoulder pad. What a break the Highlanders needed. Let's see if you can keep the drive alive as Dane Edwards in at quarterback at the 8:09 mark of the third quarter. Handoff up the middle, and then again up to about the 40-yard line. Dashing his way to make it about 4 yards. So gets up third down and about 4. So Lachlan comes out for a series. Edwards in at quarterback. Oh, and we have pointing on both sides of the ball. The whistle comes. We had a guy that was coming off the field. We don't know if that's going to be encroachment against the defense. So that's going to be enough for a first down. So just enough. Again, another great break. Now let's capitalize it, boys, with some points on the board. We need a big break to swing in the Macarthur difference.
I don't want to get sacrilegious here, but it feels like somebody's finally smiling from upstairs on the Highlanders right now. It feels like, look, I'm giving you some opportunities. Take advantage of them.
Edwards going to fake, and then he's going to run to the 50, trying to hit the corner, 45, 40, still on his feet, and the senior brings it down to about the 38-yard line. Now we're in business. The Highlanders back in Midwest Center territory for the second time tonight.
Yeah, great play there by Dane. It's not a wrinkle of the offense that we see a lot from him in the running. He's more of a passer, but
Edwards, handoff, going on the other side of the field. Xavier Booth that's Harris, I'm sorry. 4 and 9 on our jerseys.
Yeah.
Look so much close together. And tries to hit the corner, doesn't able to make the switch, and is going to get caught right at the sticks. They're going to give him a yard, second down and 9. Edwards back in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers here on the near side, straight back to pass. Looking downfield. Oh, and then it's going to be dangerously thrown with a screen. Trying to go to Bo DeLong. Had either Bo DeLong or Josh Rushing there in the contest. Third down and 9. This is probably 4 down territory. You need to get 7 or 8 yards here to make it a much more manageable if you're going to go for it on 4th down. 6:51 and counting. So almost halfway through the third quarter. Dane Edwards in the shotgun formation. Straight back to pass. Looking downfield. Want to throw. He's got a man open. Oh, and then there's a little bit of a tussle, or they're going to say a flag. He's asking. He does not get one. There was maybe a tanglement with feet, and Dominic Collins is upset. They're going to talk with the refs. There's 2 of them on the sideline to look at it, and I guess there's no flag thrown.
Yeah,
still looking for it. Coaches have come out, and they're still 4th down and 9. Coach Manning wants an explanation of why that was not a pass interference, and I guess they're just going to say a no call.
Yeah, I think in that situation, I guess the most.
Well,
I guess the argument there would be incidental contact.
Well, I guess that's what they're going with. So,
Yeah.
I mean, since there was no flag thrown, no harm, no foul at this point for them. 4th down, straight back to pass. Dane Edwards loads to throw, a little bit high and away, and that's going to be incomplete, and it's a turnover and down. So, the drive had some momentum, and you weren't able to connect, and the Midwest City Bomber defense gets a stop on your First Baptist East instant replay. And look at this. A running team gets the ball back. They're going to run time off, and you're down 21-0. And Midwest City has come to play tonight, district play. We saw this last year for the Highlanders back at home on a Thursday night fall matchup. And, you put yourself in this district quandary of the pecking order that will start, which starts this week, of who will emerge in the top 4 of the ones that have been looked at to be a top 4. Back to work, shoulder shrug. He's going to go. He's got a man wide open. It is caught. Off to the races, and he will score. So a shoulder shrug look gets the defense to hold just a second right there, and then off and beat his man by about 8 yards. All he had to do was connect. That's what we were used to probably doing. And another 6 on the board for the Midwest City Bombers to make it 27, and the PAT coming up.
I do just want to commend Adam Austin there trying to console his teammate there who got burned. There will be no consolation, consoling really found at this point.
It's attention to detail when it's man and it's not zone, and you get beat at the line, and that's on you. And unfortunately, ball down, kick up, kick on its way, and this kick is good. So it makes it 28-0. 28 unanswered points. It's all been Midwest City. 6.5 to go here in quarter 3. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs. We make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Whether you order online or on our app, Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go will have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Friday night football here at Midwest City, and it's time for another kickoff brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In Burgers to Baskets, Pizza, Salad, Steak Fingers, best sweet tea and cherry limeades in town. Hey, everyone, let's go to Lane's. 2 locations, Sheridan Road and West Cache Road. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Going to be kicked on this Track Star Racing Midwest City Bomber team. And this is going to be kicked, boomed back in the end zone for a unreceivable, unattainable 1st and 10 right outside the 20-yard line. Glad you could join us on the network. Make sure you download us. You can find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. On your Apple and Android devices, just search the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's free to download and free to watch. Join us on Facebook. You can watch us on Facebook. Like us there. Follow us there. Also on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And back to work for the Highlanders. Lachlan. Little handoff. Scurries up the middle. Not much there.
Yeah, this feels like a shell-shocked Macarthur team right now.
Yeah,
not really sure what you know how to come back, but it's a matter of getting it done.
It's not really comeback at this time. It's really just trying to get some momentum going. You throw that one away. Just to try to hang your hat on something positive that you can go with a throw over there on the west side of Josh Rushing, and then just falls incomplete, makes it 3rd and 8. And then, you don't want to turn around and give the ball right back to Midwest City either.
Right.
It's just an onslaught from there. Little high snap, looks, sits in the pocket, going to throw.
I see a flag
incomplete,
though, in the secondary around the 40-yard line.
Okay, that's a good call there. Missed that one. We'll see what they come up with here.
Man, what a night so far for the Mid-Del schools. All 3 of them pitching shutouts at this point because
holding against the Bomber. No, defensive holding. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, this is the second one that we've seen tonight. Del City beating Tulsa Memorial 49-0, and then Carl Albert beating their big rival Bishop McGuinness. Not much rivalry tonight, 42-0 in the 3rd. So big night for Mid-Del fans right now.
There's another high snap over his head, and he's going to have to pick it up, and then wisely throws that, so it wasn't going to be a loss.
He is a righty. That's right. Dane was the lefty, and now Lachlan looks shaken up.
So as he's hit and taken down, quarterback's going to have to be looked at as he was laid out, and we'll take an injury timeout and be back to action. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Weather predictions say heaters will be pushed to their limits this year. Have Miller Noble do a preseason heater checkup to make sure you don't get caught in the cold this winter. We'll stop by, inspect your furnace filters, thermostat, and efficiency, and ensure that it will be ready for the cold. Even if you aren't, don't get caught in the cold without a heater this year. Visit MillerNoble.com to schedule your service today.
Your comfort comes first. Miller Noble Heating and Air.
College is about more than just a degree.
It's a journey that will shape your future and change your life. That's why MSU Texas provides a place to find your passion,
to connect with others,
and discover who you truly are.
We're dedicated to providing a well-rounded education that prepares you for a variety of careers.
You'll have everything you need to pursue your dreams at MSU Texas.
Start your journey. For more information, visit msutexas.edu.
Are you ready to find your dream home?
Let's find it together.
We can help you find that perfect home and walk you through the buying process.
Or maybe you just want to sell your home. We can help with that too.
Hi, I'm Pam.
And I'm Barry. We've been helping buyers and sellers for 21 years.
Together, we could help you sell your home.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Well, as Lachlan was there on the ground for a while, looking at him, they got him to stand up, walking him off. That's a good sign that he's walking off. Dane Edwards will come back into the ballgame for the Highlanders, down 28, and brings up a 2nd down and 10. He's going to throw that one. Oh, and that's just a look away from your receivers. Bo DeLong had it in his hands and dropped it. So that's been the character of the whole night tonight, but the swarming defense was there too, that they were going to tackle him after the catch. Brings up a 3rd down and 10. Edwards back to pass, back to work, flushed out of the pocket. Oh, and then he could not run and gets taken back at about the 27-yard line. And brings up a 4th down and 13. Braden Brown will come in for the punting duties for the Highlanders. Midwest City has not punted tonight, and they've been able to find their ways in the end zone for scores to make it 28 unanswered points and a goose egg for the Highlanders offense. Braden Brown standing back at his own 17-yard line. Return man at his own 39. And what is that, a delay of game? Delay of game. So the Highlanders took too long. You're just giving them 5 extra yards for the return. And we're kind of walking back like we just really aren't in this game. And, you know, do you want to bow back and try to fight in the 4th quarter, or do you want to just lay down and get on the bus? Because you watch the demeanor, and I know they're high school kids, but, you know, you got to play for 4 quarters. You got to keep playing. Ball is going to sputter around, and this time a Midwest City Bomber is going to get away from it. Goes to midfield, and only Midwest City has been pinned back in their territory only twice tonight. But they've had decent field position, including this one tonight with a half a field to work with and a good running game.
Yeah, it's just kind of the same song, different verse, it feels like. We've seen this happen a lot. Where
well,
you
and you know, you're going to just definitely wear out your defense too. I mean, just they're on the field as long as they are. You know, the stuff that you've been stopping them after 2 or 3 yards is like this, 5-yard carries, you know, and they're, you know, just because, or even more. Let's think it's a 7-yard carry.
If you think about it in boxing terms, it's like you can block a jab here and there, you can take a jab here and there, but if they land 1 or 2 haymakers, it's gonna really mess you up.
So Kenneth Colston and company doing what they can for the Midwest City Bombers with 1 district loss on their record, losing to El Reno last week, and this could really throw a wrench in that apple cart as Macarthur and Elgin shared the vie for first place, being undefeated in the district.
Yeah, and you kind of talked about that ranking and that kind of tier system, a lot of these teams are all facing each other towards the end of the season. It's very backloaded. You got kind of that three-way rubble between Midwest City.
And Macarthur will play El Reno next week on a short
El
week
Reno
Thursday.
is throwing themselves right smack dab in the middle of this thing. And remember, last year they came out of nowhere and kind of took that third-place role from the Macarthur.
Yep, third down and short, handoff right up the middle. Oh, and we tried for the strip, and we missed the tackle. Off to the races, touchdown Midwest City. You can pretty much put this one away early. As now it just gets ugly. And what you like to see in a fighting Highlander in the defense, and what you saw with, the tail of the tape is going to be a little different, but to be blanked out here on the road, fall break Friday, looks like we enjoyed our fall break a little bit too much. I'm not blaming it on that. I'm not saying that's the reason, but, man, you're really trying to reel in for something. The PAT coming up to try to make it 35. When's the last time the Macarthur Islanders have been blanked? Ball is up, through and good. 35-0. 3:17 left to go in the third. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Scooters Coffee, world-class coffee rooted in quality, with 2 locations to serve you in Lawton and Elgin. Wake up to the amazing aroma of quality, from their hot and iced drinks to blenders, smoothies, teas, to even their great food delights. Or why not try their at-home coffees or coffee on the go? Locally owned and operated, Scooters in Lawton and Elgin. Scooters, rooted in quality.
All right, back here, it's been all Midwest City all night long. Well, this is a bad record and a bad movie to review. If you want to watch film, 35-0. All Bombers, your kickoff sponsor, brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In. Before and after the game, hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. Great steak fingers, cherry limeades, best sweet tea in town.
We went there a couple weeks ago.
40-yard hash line on the far side is going to be in the end zone for a touchback. Back to the 20 we go. We don't know if Lachlan is done for the night. He was injured. Dane Edwards came in for that series. He was in there just a series prior to that, kind of changed things up offensively.
Yeah, initially they put him in there just to kind of add a different wrinkle, and then he was in there to relieve Avon, but Avon looks like he's back in.
Yeah, so, I mean, when he was walking off, I know he took a big hit, but that high snap was something that he had to corral down. Well, I'll tell you what, smackdown met, but kept his feet moving, gets up to about the 22-yard line. So it's making lemonade out of lemons right there, the initial surge and hit. Turn. Gets up about maybe 3 yards for the extra work. Lachlan back in the shotgun formation. Looking to pass. You should do a little bit, these dink and doinks, little 5-yard ups. You just kind of work your way with a little bit of confidence to get that, to get enough. But you got to get enough for a first down, though, to move the chains. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. Lachlan. Shift on over. High snap again. Was able to get that. Loads and throws. Again, this time the defense is there, almost picked off and incomplete. So you beat me twice. You're not going to do it the 3rd time. And the high snap, too, makes things collide a little bit with the timing. And it's a 4th down. Back to a Braden Brown punt. So can't get off the field, then your tired defense comes back right out again. Going to stand back at his 15-yard line, Braden Brown, to set this one to punt. Gets that one away. It's going to fall and get a Macarthur roll. Down to the 40 and down to the 35. And that's where Midwest City will set up shop. Still, by the way, in the third quarter, Walters was up pretty big over Carnegie on the network. So is Carl Albert. So is Dell City. Lawton High down at Deer Creek, but last check, Eisenhower was ahead of Shawnee. They're back at Cameron Stadium. We're going to be back at Cameron Stadium next Thursday for a game with El Reno. Boy, that will be just as much of a desperate situation as Midwest City found themselves in this week, because Midwest City lost to El Reno last week. So that gives them a district loss. Macarthur did not have one. El Reno had a loss with Elgin, so they had one.
Yeah, and El Reno leads Ardmore 28-3 in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, so that was low snap, picked up off the carpet, was able to get a run, though. Gets around the corner in a stiff arm, going to push the pile to the 45, then down to about the 46-yard line. Decent run by Woody. Is Jalen Woody, the junior. Got a little bit of speed. Gets the first down for the Bombers. See, that's not what we've been able to do, is pick up first downs. And move the chains and move the clock. 2:05 mark and counting. Handoff, off tackle. Like we said, what was stopped for about 2 and 3 yards in the first quarter is now 7 and 8 yards a carry, wearing that defense out. Brings up a second down and just a couple. Down to a minute and a half left to go here in the third. Miss, so we got a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against the Bombers. It's going to bring them back a little bit. Like to see something that, had some good fans that made their little trip up here for the Macarthur Highlanders with an undefeated 7-0 start. Had several of our schools that were honored after 6 weeks of undefeated play. Carl Albert, Dell City, Elgin, Macarthur, and Walters.
Yeah, the Blue Devils playing well again tonight against Carnegie.
Yeah, we'll catch that on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Those watching on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel on Facebook. Like us there, follow us there. Straight back in the shotgun formation. Handoff, off tackle, then puts it up midfield and, gets away. He is off to the races. He was tackled probably at the 45-yard line, but instead he'll go racing in the end zone. An embarrassment here for the Highlanders. Lick your wounds. Send you on the bus, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet. 103, all Bombers, 41 points on the board, and the PAT coming up. I don't remember a feeling like this, of being defeated like this, in quite some time. Now, we did have a bad run in the first week of the playoffs against Carl Albert in week 1 last year in that snowstorm.
Yeah, but this ain't that Carl Albert team, and this is This is not a game that you expected to be like this at all.
So the ball up and through and good. And that makes it 42. Still 42 unanswered points with $1:03 left to go in the third. Slice of humble pie coming up. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Well, what kind of storyline can I tell you outside of the score that you're looking at? In a goose egg for the Highlanders. And your Wayne's drive-in kickoff Before and after the game, let's go to Wayne's. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line on the far hash. That's where the kicker will go, and he really kicks deep, and this has never been returned yet, except for once. Dominique Collins had it like at the 2 and took it.
I feel like I need
up
some
to only about
Waynes
the 20.
after this.
Yep.
I mean, you
Yep.
need some feel-good food or something. I feel like that's probably how most of the Macarthur players feel.
Lick your wounds. You know, and the thing is, you had the stop and then the give up. And what we didn't see in the first half with the chase down, and we're talking that swarming defense, now we just look lost, confused, and defeated. And, you know, you can't play that way when you got a $1.03 left to go in the third. You got to still fight your way with some pride and do what you're supposed to do offensively. Got a man in motion going the far side of the field. Straight back to pass. Little outlet on the far side of the field. It's caught and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Carson Chambers has been one of the real consistent players on that offense. And, I mean, that's awesome, but you can only throw 6-yard hitches for so long when you're down 42 points.
Well, and I don't think.
And then there's a fumble.
There's a mad scrum for it, and
it's hard to tell.
We don't know. You know, there's no signal from the players or anything else. Whitecap calls it down. He's not giving any direction.
No.
No one is. Down by the Highlanders.
The Highlanders still have the ball.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I'm not looking for. I mean, we're not talking comeback. We're talking about fight and get some points, get some positive things, because you're going to have to go into another fight next week and the week after that. Immediately taken down with a swarming host of Midwest City Bombers. You can watch that right there. Look at that. I mean, just almost right after the exchange on your First Baptist East Instant Replay. Can we get out of this horrible third quarter? A reminder, it was 14-0 at the half. 14-0. It's now 42-0, and we finally reached the conclusion of a disastrous third quarter. We'll be back with our fourth and final period right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind: providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
Well, I was wondering about what kind of identity the Macarthur Highlanders had coming into this game. Now I'm wondering, what kind of identity will we have to finish out the season? Will you lose a team? I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. But who will you be from this quarter on and then into next week? Because that's really what's going to be the telltale sign. El Reno's going to see this. You're going to see this. I think it's going to be the worst game review that you're going to go back and watch if you're a Highlander fan.
No, this is just one of those nightmare games that as a player you go through and you just want to forget it immediately. But, you know, as they say, the only mistakes in life are the ones from which you learn nothing. So all you can do is go back and watch and learn what you can and get better.
Lachlan, going to be a fake handoff quarterback keeper, gets around the edge of the 30, 35, 40, 45, and then he'll go out of bounds wisely. And your fourth quarter is brought to you by Comanche Home Center. With over 50 years of experience, the lumber industry, they provide building materials to do it right. Carpet One with floor covering products for the individual, builder, or commercial. Number 2 Southwest C Avenue. It was a great heads-up fake run by Lachlan and a good get out of bounds. Handoff, spin move past the 50. Now this is where Midwest City kind of, pulls off the reins. You know, you got the intensity isn't there as much, kind of walking around. You got this game won, and these are sloppy points. But, that's what I'm saying for the Highlanders. You need to kind of score. You need to answer in some point just for your own psyche and your pride. Another handoff from a high snap, and Bombers on the stop for a loss of yards back at the 50. We'll say the 49-yard line, so it brings up a third down and about 7. Just underway here in the fourth and final period. Highlanders looking for something positive to hang their hat on. Gets a high snap, one-hander by Lachlan to the 50. Cuts the corner at the 45, and then the 40, and then he'll go out of bounds. So he'll pick up the first down. This has been all your heads-up sophomore quarterback that's playing with this kind of intensity. Can he get some players to buy into this that have not hung it up? And you got one that's come back from a little bit is Marquise Harris, who's in at running back. We know, another high snap over the head, and he just has to – that's about 3 or 4 times that we've seen him get a flag in the play. I think this is Midwest City. And
Josh Rushing was over there, and Josh was pointing at one of the other players. Josh, I thought I saw a kick from somebody. I don't know. But Josh was pointing at the Midwest City player and clapping as if it was going to be against him. So
yeah, I saw the clap. I saw that. But the high snap for the third time over the head for a loss of 10 or 15 yards. Now, Joe Warner has been our starting offensive center. He is not in there. I'm not going to have to say a replacement for anything, but we've got, unsportsmanlike conduct or a dead ball holding. A defensive holding is all I'm going to say. So defensive holding call. This is the third
Still
tonight.
Marking off a lot of yardage. Huh. Okay.
Well, because the penalty was going to just be back first and 10, from the instead of the loss because there was the flag there.
Sure, yeah. I didn't know how.
Negated the big sack of the long sack.
Sure.
Quarterback decides to run. Lachlan to the 20, lowers his shoulder, gets another first down. Playing with pride. We're finally in a red zone opportunity for the first time tonight for the Highlanders with Tracy Green. Buying or selling your next home, Tracy Green can take care of you every step of the way. Serving a lot in the surrounding areas. Tracy Green Properties. Call 580-284-9364. Red zone opportunity for the Highlanders. Lachlan back to work. Handoff. Kind of trips and goes down at about the 15-yard line.
And it's hard to
Harris.
In some ways, it's hard to believe. In some ways, it's not hard to believe with the way this game has gone, Eric. But if I'm not mistaken, this is our first trip to the red zone.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
That's the first time I've heard you mention Tracy Green tonight. So,
and the only time that we've been on this side of the field, like three times, just in their territory. Back to work, back to pass. Decides to run with it instead of throw, and then he is hogtied with a one-handed grab, and a flag comes on the play. At the 10, do you think this is going to be?
So there was one that happened while the play was going on, and then as he got yanked out of bounds, I saw one fly high in the air.
Was it like horse collar?
The horse collar is probably your first instinct. That rarely gets called because it's a hard one to really – I think most kids know not to grab right there.
Defensive holding.
So that's going to be
decline.
And then horse collar.
Horse collar.
Against –
Midwest
Midwest City, so that'll likely be applied.
Half the distance to the goal, first
down.
Yep. Well, playing for pride, and so you don't have the goose egg. You want to dump it in here just to get a touchdown.
You talk about pride. I just have so much respect for what Avon Lachlan is doing. That's the second time that he's been hard to get up tonight.
And this is a sophomore doing that, and he can lead a team
with a lot of
emotions. High snap, still able to carry that, the handoff, hit the corner. Boy, trying to get to the pylon, gets to about the 2 into the 1 yard line.
They gave him the touchdown.
Touchdown, Macarthur.
Normally I'm used to hearing you say that with more emphasis, but in a game like tonight, I suppose that makes some sense. It's hard to get really excited when you're down by that many, but it's just been one of those nights. But it is good to see that kind of
call
play.
It because I thought he was going to get stung at the 1, but he was really determined to get to that pylon.
It was hard to tell from our angle. Just when I saw those arms shoot up.
Well, you got some points on there. The other thing is too, that, coaches can try to do is try, and this isn't going to win you the game, but try to get some of their 15 points away, because that's what you're going to get maximum. Now, that's a tall tale to do,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying, that's what you still look for your next goal is you got on the board, you get the touchdown, the PAT up and good to put 7 on the board. First time tonight, 42-7. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
All right, back here at Midwest City, Jim Darnell Stadium. Highlanders finally get on the board in the fourth quarter. So out of the 42 unanswered points, they finally put 6 on the board. And the drive summary is brought to you by City National Bank, offering you easy line access, opening for both personal and business customers. One size does not fit all. Find the account that fits you today. Your ideal account waits you at City National Bank, member FDIC. That was a 4-yard scamper in for Hutchinson for the touchdown and the PAT good to make it 7. And your kickoff sponsor brought to you by Wayne, only the second time kicking off tonight to start the second half, and this one after the touchdown. They look like they're doing an onside kick look. We'll kind of see. Good hands, people. Midwest City up front, and this is just going to be a chip shot over to the corner, and the Highlanders,
wow!
I think, take a diving acrobatic catch. Did he stay in bounds? What are they going to say? Whose is it? That was a great, I think it's the Highlander ball.
I think so too, Eric.
Onside,
they're giving it to him.
Onside kick, and you saw that on the instant replay.
Played.
That is great right there. Thank you, Nathan Woods. You see that right there, and look at that. Leaping, catching, diving up to get it. And, hey, Highlanders making it fun and interesting here in the fourth quarter. We told you they're a second-half team that kind of shows up for things. And when you turn off the gas, it's off. I just wished it was a 14-7 game at this point.
Yeah, and you mentioned those 15 district points. That if you can earn any district points tonight, or subtract that number from Midwest City, that's still a tall order. But if you can get 3 touchdowns, who knows what happens at this point? And it looks like, do we have Dane back in the game?
Yep.
Yeah,
Dane Edwards in at quarterback. Shake and shrug, gets hit. Oh, and there is another wide receiver off by himself, but cannot connect. That's been something that you'll see on film, that it's a well-designed play. It's there, but it just wasn't executed.
Yeah, Marquise Harris, it was hard to tell. If he was looking up, if there was just bad miscommunication, or if it was just kind of a misfire. But either way, it was
Harris and Hutchinson, the two backs. Dane Edwards in the center. It's going to be a handoff to Harris. Harris dances his way down to about the 30-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 7 with 8:45. This will be 4-down territory. So a touchdown and the onside kick. Dane Edwards, kind of a play that's busted, has to make something out of nothing. Like we said, 4-down territory. No gain on the play. 4th down and 7. Highlanders, that's what I'm saying. What do we see from this team from the fourth quarter on? And right now, Lachlan started it. They still had it. They got punched in the mouth as many times they want, and they're still getting up. Still fighting with 8:30 left to go here in the fourth. Edwards on a 4th down. Shoulder shrug, and then he's got a man wide open. Oh, and that was a connection that was 6, and everyone knew it.
Bo DeLong, one of the first times we've seen Bo really get targeted tonight and just bounces off.
Well, it's gone through our hands. It's bounced off, and, it just wasn't our night to connect offensively. And we're at the 8:24 mark of the fourth quarter. Well, at least you got your touchdown to make it not a goose egg, that you weren't completely shut out. And now we do a little bit of scoreboard checking. It's what we do around this time. Kind of go through. And now we had a lot of games that were played yesterday because of fall break. We were having some of those. El Reno leads 35-3 now. 49-0 as Carl Albert is blanking Bishop McGuinness, just in case you're kind of curious. And listen to this, the two that are heading for a big collision in the postseason, and it's a handoff, and there's a host of – but look at this. Del City in the fourth quarter over Tulsa Memorial, 69-0.
Yeah, the Eagles are playing just absolutely outstanding football right now, and I feel like they and the Carl Albert Titans are kind of in a class among themselves. They're in Class 5A. I know Guthrie has an outstanding defense.
Yeah, only allowed 3 points. Now, Guthrie will play Carl Albert next week on Thursday. That will be interesting. Eisenhower still leads Shawnee 26-18 back at Cameron Stadium. Catch all of these games live. Guthrie, they beat Southeast. Yeah, it was 68-0. Still on that streak of not having 3 points, but 3 points scored on him. Can you imagine that? I've not even seen that in high school football ever.
We had a high school when I was a freshman in high school. I think our football team posted about 7 shutouts in a season, but we were also playing very small private schools in Texas. We were not playing, and to be fair, it's not as if Guthrie has only played Little Sisters of the Poor all season. You know, they blanked Piedmont, and they took it to a team like Tuttle. Tuttle is a team that's usually one of the top teams in 4A, and they held them to 3 points. I mean, that's really impressive what Guthrie is doing out there, and that's going to be a big one, I believe. Is it next week? Carl Albert visits the Rock.
Yeah, Carl Albert and Guthrie on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Download our free downloadable app where you can watch on the go and anywhere. Handoff.
No, he kept it.
No fake.
He kept it.
Quarterback keep. Mash dash up to about the 40, 41-yard line. Get a first down and move the chains. 6:53. So it's just stuff like that.
And I think they've got a different quarterback in.
Yeah.
It's like number 2.
That's usually what happens.
Okay.
Is smart is
Yeah.
you get.
You don't want to get anyone hurt.
Lincoln
you don't want to get
King
anybody
is the sophomore.
I believe he was the one that has been playing
the last 2 weeks.
The last couple weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, he's got talent. We've seen Darryl Hall's not afraid to put young guys in there before. Obviously, D'Angelo Irvin was a guy that was a 4-year starter.
Yeah, started as a freshman. Started his game at the Lawton High game.
Yeah,
6A at Cameron Stadium.
Remember being there, and crazy to think that I covered his last regular season game too against Elgin when he won with a touchdown pass, just a dart with about 14 seconds left, and just an outstanding football player. Good kid. He's at UNLV now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just
well, you know, when you see Division I talent, we'll see that a little bit with Carl Albert and Del City. You know, you can really see what they're capable of doing when they put that together. But like we said, it's great to have all the great success on the network with all the teams that are in the network, including the Walters Blue Devils, who are up on Carnegie, and they may remain undefeated.
They've got a big one coming up probably, I think, next week.
Next week against
Apache.
That will decide pretty much their district.
Second time tonight that we've seen Trey Williams track a guy down. He's got good speed. And now Trey's looking a little bent up after that, and he's grabbing his leg. That's not good.
Yeah. So
we'll take a timeout.
We'll take one and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled health care to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's why we're here.
Let's go! Guys, the toilet's clogged! Stop again! Oh, that's gross.
Unnecessary clogging. 30-minute fix. We'll have you back and using the toilet in no time.
Don't let bad plumbing penalize you. Call Whitehead Plumbing today.
When plumbing problems hit hard like a linebacker, call an audible. Whitehead Plumbing is here to tackle them head on.
Whitehead Plumbing, the real MVPs.
Yeah!
Woo!
We're your plumbing MVP.
Lawton Community Health Center's high-quality health care is convenient to wherever you are in the region. We're here for you, whether it's our main clinic on Southwest Lee Boulevard or any of our other locations in Lawton. LCHC has additional clinics in Marlow, Comanche, Cache, Medicine Park, Apache, Elgin, and Burns Flat, with more on the way. Enjoy peace of mind knowing quality care from experienced providers is always available. LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
All right, welcome back here to Midwest City. 42-7 your score. Highlanders in a big deficit, and Midwest City has been all Midwest City. It was 14-0 at the half, so you thought, okay, well, maybe something to build on, and that third quarter was disastrous for the Highlanders. Midwest City comes out of the timeout pretty quick.
Well, it was an injury timeout, but the clock started running before the team even got on the field.
Handoff up the middle, skating into the secondary. We got some substitutions in there now, so it's kind of like number twos on twos for the most part. And this is how you learn big boy football in a hurry.
Yeah, we're seeing guys like Marquise Phillip and Quentin Mask. You still see some of the main guys out there, like Braden Brown, but and A.J. Vaughn, but you're going to see
you just got to replace them as, not as a whole fleet.
Sure, yeah, it's little by little.
Yeah. It's going to be handoff. Caldwell comes in on the tackle.
Good wrap up there by Jake. Solid linebacker. Like I mentioned earlier, Alexander Bryce was the name I couldn't think of earlier. He was, such a good linebacker for them for a while, but they've always got good linebackers. It feels like that Mike Reffett defense.
Well, you got to lick your wounds in a hurry because El Reno comes to town for a Thursday matchup, and then following that, it's a trip to Elgin. So it doesn't get any easier from here. Then you'll finish out with Noble. But then by that time, most of the district will have been quarterback keeps after the fake quarterback does not get they're going to say a fumble. Okay, a fumble, recovery, and the Highlanders get it.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like it might have been. I didn't see exactly who had it.
Want to say the Midwest City and Mid-Del passed a bond issue on Tuesday of $400,000, just shy of $500,000. It was $400,000, something like that, or was it? I don't remember the amount. I don't think I get that right. I think it's in the millions.
Yep.
It's $400 million package, 10 years. They're going to get an indoor stadium.
Whoa.
Indoor stadium for all schools. They're going to get new scoreboards for every team. Little misdirection handoff sweep going to the far side of the field for the backup Highlanders that are in the game now.
Is that going to be an indoor football stadium?
Well, I mean, it's a half of an indoor facility.
Oh, an indoor, like a practice facility.
Yes, a practice facility.
Like a practice bubble, yeah. Wow.
And there'll be all three schools, and they're going to have safe rooms for every school in the district. That's fumble, mad dash for it, and I think the Highlanders were able to get back on it just in time.
Yeah, you see some of the frustration there.
Well, and you got all backups here, so it's just really playing just to let this clock run down, hop on the bus, and start getting ready for next week. That's all you can do. Escapes 1 and 2 and gets up to the 31-yard line. Glad you could join us on the network. 7 teams playing in action of our 11 because the other 4 played Thursday night football. You can watch them on demand. If you like us on Facebook, you'll know what's up next, who we've got. Oh, we're going to heave, ho, and throw. Yeah. To Dominique Collins, and he finally gets a catch. Dominic Collins fights for it with 2 defenders. He's going to get slow to get up. That poor young man, and now he is down. Yeah, and he's going to spin around and still stay down. So Dominic Collins going to be looked at, something that we don't really need for us to lose with him. He's wanting to get back up, but we'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Your job can get dirty. You need a solution. At Waste Solutions, we offer front-end loaders, roll-off containers, and dumpsters for any job, large or small. We also provide residential trash services for Lawton's outlying communities. We've got a solution for small businesses, contractors, construction companies, and everybody in between. We're a locally owned company, and we've been serving our community for 21 years. We love Southwest Oklahoma, and we take care of our own. Every dirty problem has a solution. Waste Solutions. Click or call today.
All right, back here at Midwest City at Jim Darnell Stadium. I guess they're going to say let the clock run because they have not stopped the clock now. 2:15 left to go, and there's no reason for it. Lachlan in as the Highlanders will get their first loss of the season. Fake the misdirection, jet sweep motion in the near side. Quarterback keep up the middle. Gets close to midfield. But first loss of the season will drop to 6-1. And come back for El Reno, Elgin, and Noble for the final 3 games of the regular season. But yeah, you mentioned another great one. Walters and Apache and Carl Albert and Guthrie next week, along with Macarthur and El Reno.
Yeah, the Apache Walters game, I was at that matchup last year, and Walters, I believe, went into that game unbeaten as well. And I remember Apache just slapping him in the mouth pretty early and basically saying, y'all ain't ready for this. And the Blue Devils were missing some of their key players, but it really didn't seem to matter. Houston Heron and
Lachlan looking to throw. He's got a man wide open, and see, this is what it's been all night. Not able to connect.
Yeah, just a misfire there by Avon.
You know, and with a sophomore, you're gonna have that opportunity. Minute 6 left to go. We'll wrap this up, and don't forget to join us Tuesday night for the Coaches Show at the Hangout. We have all 5 area teams represented, all 3 Lawton schools, plus Cache and Elgin. I guess this was a timeout that was called. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
So as I mentioned, be at the Hangout Tuesday. We'll hear from coaches and players from our 3 Lawton schools, plus Cache and Elgin. This is the meat of the schedule when you get into this part of the season. Football weather starts, and then also the district standings matter. Quarterback keep going to rush off to the 42-yard line. That will be enough for a first down inside Midwest City territory. We're at a minute now. They'll set the chains, move the clock down to the final 55 seconds. We're going to have to be thinking of, and you can help me with this, Glenn, is the player of the game. It's hard to pick one with a 42-7, but during our timeout we'll discuss who that is, but you be thinking about that.
I will think my little brain away.
Brings up 2nd down and 8. Want to thank Glenn for filling in for Jay tonight. Double duty this week, trying to call Elgin games, and then on there with us doing tonight for Midwest City Macarthur, the Battle of the M's. It's going to be over the Midwest City column, and that's why I say when they were 3-3, don't be disguised, don't be delusioned about their losses when it comes to Del City and Carl Albert, their city losses there, and then to El Reno.
Well, it's almost like with the Lawton schools where it felt like every year that Eisenhower started 0-2, it's like, well, you're going up against some really good teams in Macarthur and Lawton, and yeah, they play good football down here in Mid-Del, and Bombers got the better of the Highlanders tonight.
42-7, your final will come back and have our post-game wrap-up and also our player of the game. We'll do that right after this timeout. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Midwest City. Final 42-7. Midwest City Bombers are going to keep that scoreboard up because I would too. You get one. You get this one big district win under your belt after losing to El Reno. And, you put on a big show, and your post-game show is brought to you by Ballard Garage, family-owned and operated, an auto repair shop catered to you and your needs with flexible hours, and they're willing to work with your schedule to get your car fixed right. Call for an appointment today, 699-2400, 1526 Southwest F Avenue, 699-2400. Your post-game with Ballard Garage. And your player of the game is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, formerly First National Bank and Trust. We have a new name and a new look to empower your financial goals as well as serving our community. 2 locations to serve you in Lawton, 702 Northwest Sheridan Road, 6702 Quanah Parker Trailway, member FDIC. For his heart, after getting injured, getting back up, still playing, still taking his team down the field, quarterback sophomore Avon Lachlan, he is our player of the game. So it's like what you can say. Don't forget, we got our coaches show coming up on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Hangout on Cash Road. We'll be back to action on Thursday at home at Cameron Stadium against the El Reno Indians. And I guess for Macarthur fans, it doesn't get any bigger than that one because you're going to need to win that because it's Elgin after that. And if you want to have any shot of being considered in, well, now you're playing for like a second place position possibly, maybe a third. And you don't want fourth, but, if you want to get in the playoffs, you're going to do that to try to stay above in the top 8, the top 4 of the 8 in your district. Post-game show, Ballard Garage. We want to thank them for their sponsorship all season long. So, for Nathan Woods, for Glenn Brockenbush, for Caleb Sherem, our videographer, this is Eric Sherem bidding you a pleasant good evening. Final score once again, Midwest City over Lawton Mac, 42-7. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.